going on, everybody? That was pretty good. What's going on, everybody? Kind of see the chat. Let me move this trash out of the way. Ooh. What's going on? Hatless Table. Thank you. I appreciate you. Tim, what's going on, Tim? Last stream of the year. Wow. End of the year already. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I just can't believe it. I don't know why my thing keeps cutting out. Let's see. Maybe I need to... Oh, it's not plugged in all the way. It's like kind of loose. Have the camera kind of set up backwards. That should be all right. Let me try to completely unplug it. I don't know why it keeps going in and out. Of course, it was fine until I went live. But now it's lagging like such. Hopefully that fixes it. Maybe I should. It's the damn Elgato. Damn, I don't know what the deal is. We love a good technical difficulty. Oh, the whole thing flagged? Sweet. So classic. Okay. Hopefully we're good now. All right. We're just doing some simple stuff today, guys. Keeping it real simple. We're not working on any of that. We're just taking apart Game Boys for a good, nice, chill end of the year stream. Can't grab them. What's going on, Slifer? That's a picture of me in the thumbnail. Me just hanging out, holding some Game Boys. Thank you for acknowledging and appreciating. Okay, got a different lens on this camera today because I'm crazy. Because the last lens I've been using, I realized, doesn't have as good of a minimum focus distance. It has a longer zoom range, but whenever I hold something up to it, it doesn't focus. This lens has like a really tight minimum focus distance. So even though it doesn't have the servo, so I can like zoom it, I have to twist the lens, but look at that focus, way better. Very stoked. All right, so let's get this stuff going. I have so many to take apart. We're just gonna get right into doing it. I probably don't need this, but we'll use it today. May I have a shout out my channel? I'll think about it. I'll think about it. Slifer. For me, it's too soon for New Year. Interesting mix I picked to put on. Yeah, we got a bunch to do this end of the year. I have like 25 we need to get done this week, and then we are on Operation Clean My Room. Awesome. Hatless Table. Shoutouts from Dubai. Camera seems to be doing good now. Doesn't seem to be cutting out. We could go this way a little bit with this one. That looks better. Taking apart these Game Boys takes forever, honestly. Okay, this one works. All these should work. Hopefully. I hope. What time is it, France? I have a whole Nintendo. Dude, your like text is very hard to read. Whatever you got it set to, it like makes my eyes burn. Let's get a big stack of these going. All right, that's number one. Very funky, yeah, very funky. Let me know if it's too loud, you guys. Doesn't look too loud on my end. $21.23, so that's is that like 9 p.m. or is that 9? Yeah, that's 9 p.m. You don't use AM PM, huh? I did not know that. I wonder why. Have a good one, Atlas Table. Thanks for stopping in. All right, we're on Game Boy number 2. We had good luck on the first one. Pop this bad boy open. I have, what is it, six GBAs to take apart, and gee, like 9 SPs. I didn't test this one, but I kind of go off looks, and this one looks like it's gonna be a winner. So let's see. Yeah, it's a winner. I need tweezers. Oh, a little stupid piece of rubber out of here. Fell out of the trigger. Thank you, Josh. Happy New Year to you too, buddy. I appreciate you. What's going on, quiz? I had to do one last stream, basically just a chill stream, just taking apart some consoles. Cause you know, last stream of the year. It's kind of crazy. This year really flew by. Anyone else feel that way? All right, moving along, number 3. We only use it in oral, but we don't say AM or PM. It's like, yeah, it's 4 right now. We know. Okay. That's very interesting. Can't lie. Yeah, it did. It flew, man. It was a crazy year for me, honestly. It's been really nuts. Good and bad. Stoked for 2025, though. It's gonna be a really good year for content, I feel like. This is gonna be my year of organization and structure, hopefully. Oh man, yes, I'm missing. I need some structure so I can keep on track with making content. That's been my biggest struggle this year. Uh-oh. We got a flick. Okay, this one's good. It needs to be cleaned. Let's see how far this will zoom. Okay, that's as far as it zooms in. Alright, so that's 3 for 3. I'm gonna make it a little bit wider. I feel like there's a good focal length. What should happen if I ate that board? There's a lot of you that come in here with like talk about eating like stuff I'm working on. Very strange. Flying cars, yeah. Now we just have self-driving ones that crash into people. Thank you guys for all the likes on the stream. I can see them. Thank you. I appreciate that. All the hearts. I think if you click the heart, it should count as liking the stream, but maybe it does. I don't think it does, though. I do not think it does. Can you guys tell they're so shaky just from I'm not even doing anything crazy. Yeah, bro, they're so shaky. It's actually kind of impressive how I get anything done. But I'm on like my third one of these today. These help big with the shakiness. All right, this one's got a little bit of corrosion, but it shouldn't be too bad, hopefully. Let's pop it open. PSP batteries are great. Delicious. Honestly, YouTube would probably be a better place if freaking Musk bought it. All right, well, I guess I'll test this one before I put it back in. All right, let's test it. No worries, I got a scale. I work on scale printers. And do you think I had 3 energy drinks? Yeah, dude. I just kind of always been like that. I think it's, oh no, is this one not working, really? I probably got something wrong with me, but what, am I gonna cry about it? No way this one doesn't work. It looks so good. I'm so surprised. Alright, we're going in. This one definitely works. We just need to clean it. We're gonna clean the switch on this one. Let me turn on my soldering iron. We'll get to cleaning this one. What mods are we working on today? Josh, we're just actually, I have like, it's kind of a chill stream. We're just taking apart Game Boy Advances today. I have like 6 Game Boy Advances, 9 Game Boy Advance SPs, and like a few colors that I need to take apart. We got like 20 something builds this week that I'm really trying to crush out and get them like off my desk so I can start tearing my room apart. That's kind of like the goal. So that's what we're working on. The holidays were really fun. I hung out with a bunch of people, a bunch of friends I haven't seen in like a while, so that was really fun, but I was not doing very much work, just a little bit here and there. What's going on, Nuggy VR? Hey, I just want to say thank you for inspiring me to start modding Game Boys. I love when people come in here and tell me that. It's awesome. I always love hearing people that want to mod their own stuff. That's kind of like the whole reason I started the channel, was because I was modding the Game Boys, but I was like, you know, people can do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can mod a Game Boy. Like, I didn't know anything when I started, so I have people that message me all the time. They're like, hey, can I send in my childhood Game Boy? Like, I want to get a screen in it. I want to get it like cleaned up and stuff, and I just don't have the time. I wish I could take them, but I just can't. So hearing people that come in the chat and say that they're doing it themselves always makes me feel good. All right, so we're gonna try to clean the power switch on this. I'll get a little bit tighter, go this way. That's as tight as this one goes, unfortunately, but it should actually focus, which is good. Okay, so this doesn't look that bad. I don't know why it's not working. It might be just the contacts are not receiving power correctly. But we're gonna clean this and see if it helps at all. Let me know if that music's too loud, guys. It's kind of loud on my end, but people always complain the music's not very loud, so I turned it up today. Thank you for the sub. All right. Yeah, GBAs are like my favorite to work on. That's what I started on, so. Let me try to attach this differently. Maybe I need to scrub it. I don't know, it's like not even giving me anything. Oh. Let me get in focus. It's not focusing. Am I set to center? Oh, I'm not set to center? Let me see. I have to make sure it's set to center focus. Yeah, it is. Let's see, okay. Probably can't see it because of the lighting, but it is flicking on. It wants to work. I'm gonna say this one works, but it needs a new switch. So we're just gonna set it in the working pile and I'll forget about it and then I'll remember later that we need to put a new switch in that one, but it definitely wants to turn on. So we will help it live. We will help it live. Shoot, do you have any starting or beginner's kits for all of this? I would love to fix up my OG Game Boy. So I have a bunch of videos from years ago of modding Game Boys. There's some newer stuff that you can find on the internet. It just depends on what you want to do. I kind of want to start making like maybe more basic videos, like long form videos of how to like install screens and stuff like this and like what to buy. I think that would maybe help people because like there's all this new stuff that always comes out. And I think it would maybe make for some good long form stuff, long form content. I don't sell kits personally, but you can go on Handheld Legend or Retro Game Repair Shop and buy the parts that you need. I have codes for both of those places for 10% off in the link in the description. What's going on, Brian? Thank you, appreciate it. Greetings to all. Greetings and citations. Everybody have a good Christmas time, holiday season. Let me know what you guys did. Anybody did anything fun? All right, let's make sure this thing works. This is number 5. All right, this one works, just needs to be cleaned, hopefully. You made a pink GBA? Nice. Let's go. Yeah, I made a lot of Christmas presents this year for people, which is always kind of like nerve-wracking when people put on their order that it's like, I love to see it, but I'm like, okay, I need to make sure that this one is like good to go. I don't think I had any real issues with any that shipped out, you know. There's always something happens during shipping and then they show up and something's messed up. But I didn't get any of that, so that was great. Did you start all this by tearing apart your own Game Boys as a kid? You know, it's funny, I didn't really do Game Boys when I was a kid because there wasn't anything you could do to them, like mods-wise. But I fixed a lot of cameras with my dad. I was into fixing like mini DV cameras. So I did a lot of that, and I'm actually hoping this year I'll have time to actually start selling some mini DV, like old style cameras, because I'm really into cameras, and there's been kind of like a surge of interest on the internet for like old cameras because people are starting to appreciate the way the footage looks. So I was like, oh dude, I could hop on that bandwagon because I've always wanted to be selling old cameras. It's what I used to do when I was like 17, so. All right, last Game Boy Advance. I'm gonna help your guys' eyes out, and I'm just gonna go on the black background. That's probably a lot more eyeball friendly. I need to start buying the blue. I think I'm gonna start buying the blue notepads so they're not so blinding, because you know I'm just like weird. I love working on the notepads. Something about these black cutting mats is like they're really hard to clean. Like you can't get them clean. It's really weird. Once they get like some alcohol on them or some flux, it's like the biggest pain to clean. Like I don't know what it is, dude. They're like really weird. Yeah, I have like so many old cameras that I collect. Like I kind of collect them too. Thank you for the sub. All right, this is number 6. All right, this one works. This must not be set to center focus because I'm like having some issues with this focusing right. Like this should be in focus right here. Let me mess with this really quick because this kind of thing drives me crazy. Okay, so let's zoom out. It is on center focus, so I don't understand. I guess it's fine. It's just me. Do you ever work on PSPs anymore? Not really. I never really did work on PSPs. I used to work on Vitas quite a bit, but see what happened was I used to be able to get Vitas in. Vitas were like one of my favorite handhelds to buy from Japan because you can just switch the, you know, like the language in the settings. So I would always buy Vitas from Japan. I would get like so many. And then I was buying them off of Bai. And then just one day I went on and you weren't allowed to buy them anymore. Like they won't ship to the US. You can't buy Vitas off of Yahoo Auction. So, are you ever gonna have modded 3DS in my shop again? Yep, I just uploaded them yesterday. So the shop is pretty stocked with 3DSs right now. So if you want to go grab one, now would be the time before they sell out, because they sell out kind of quick. And I have some cheaper ones this time because I got the older version, 3DS XLs, so they're a little bit cheaper. So go check that out. Have you ever modded? Oh, okay. Where do you usually ship to? Mostly in the US. Sorry, my alligator clip is like messed up. Right. This one's straight up ripped. I'm just gonna rip this one off. This one's kind of pissing me off. All right, so we're gonna move on to the SPs. Can you ship to Canada? Absolutely. North America is easy. I could get you untested Vitas if you're interested. Yeah, let me know. I definitely, well, I mean, untested, I'm not like it. I would like them to be tested to some extent, like they turn on at least. But if you have ways to get them and they're affordable, I would definitely be interested. So yeah, let me know. I can get Vitas through eBay, but the price isn't amazing. They used to just be really good, really well priced on Bai. Now I could get like huge lots of them, you know. On eBay, it's all right. I can repair them too. The screens on the 2000s are expensive. Yeah. I don't usually do the screen repairs because they're so expensive on the Vitas, and but I'll do like joysticks and all that. That's not so bad. Which is the hardest handheld to mod? Well, I haven't worked on every handheld in the world, so I don't really have an opinion on all of them. But I mean, it depends what you mean by mod. I guess you would have to separate them into software mods and hardware mods, because you know, mod is such a broad spectrum of things you can do. All right, I got 8 SPs. I might have said 9 a minute ago, but it's only 8. We're gonna start with these 4. I have a battery right here. I need a test cartridge right here. Boom. All right, guys, don't forget to leave a like on the video. That helps me out. What's going on, Joshua? We're chilling today, bud. We have got 6 GBAs already opened and finished. Well, finished being opened. Oh my gosh, dude, my desk is like hilariously stacked full of Game Boys. Anyways, moving on. Appreciate the subs always. That's you, Josh. Yes. Shout out to Josh. I believe, yes, it was you, obviously. They work great. Still kicking. This one has been christened. It has a little bit of solder stuck to it. Somehow splashed on it because I'm a spaz, probably. All right, let's get into these SPs. Yeah, the 3DS capture card I've always wanted to do, but very difficult looking. I know I could do it, but it's like, haven't, and it's expensive. But that's one that I get requests for that all the time, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. I would do it for myself, but I wouldn't sell it to somebody. All right. This one's good as long as it charges. You say software like making things run faster and make the screen brighter and whatnot. What's going on, Langbo? Appreciate it. Happy New Year, buddy. I have grown in the sticker making process as well. Found better sticker paper. Nice, dude. That's good to know. I got some custom stickers that somebody wants made, and I don't really do them anymore, but they asked very nicely, so yeah, I'll do it. Unfortunately, this one does not want to charge. Not want to charge, but doesn't want to charge. Maybe it's the charger. No, it's not the charger. So we might need. We'll leave this one aside for now. I might try to reflow solder onto the port. That might fix it, but for now we'll just leave that one. We'll leave that one for now. Let's move on to this blue one. What's going on, Mateo? If I send you a GameCube, can you mod it? Unfortunately, I'm not doing send-ins right now, but technically, yes, I could. What is the fastest you modded a SP? I mean, I don't really race through them, so I don't know. That's good. Ski Mask, what's going on? I noticed you. Your games don't want to load on your PSP? You might be a laser issue. All right, we got a winner. Modding. Let me throw these screws away. Do I have GameCubes for sale by chance? That's a great question, actually. It's a very good question. I am going to have GameCubes for sale very soon. I have 6 GameCubes on the floor right next to me, and they all work. They just need to be modded. And I'm doing shell swaps on all of them, and I have new jewels for them. So they are going to be like legit custom GameCubes. They're going to have like funky shell colors and new jewels for the top. But it's not like GameCube jewels. They're like going to all be themed. I like to have a good time when I do the GameCubes because they're just a pain in the ass to do. So it's like I like them to actually turn out looking sick. So yes, GameCubes currently, no. They're not on the website, but hopefully in the next month we are going to have them. Oh my gosh, the amount of dust. Okay. Oh yeah. The SPs are just the worst to take apart, man. They're just like, there's so many parts. Out of all the Game Boys, absolutely the worst. Yes, I'm gonna Pico them. Yep, we're gonna be Picoing them. I have to buy some parts, and some SD cards and all the stuff, but I have to actually look through what I have so I don't buy too much stuff. But yeah, they're gonna all be Picoed. I just did a Pico for one of our members. It was our member from, I think, a month ago or 2 months ago. Or no, this one was from September. Yeah, that's right, because he had to wait really long because I had to get the GameCubes in. But he was a cool sport about it. And I did a custom GameCube. I think that's one of the last streams we did. I think it was the last stream. We built the Pico Cube, and it was good. It was all good. So I just shipped that out today, I believe. Thank you for the sub, Brian. Let me read some chat. Sorry, Salvador. Yeah, we're not doing repairs. The GameCubes, I forget what we got them priced at. I gotta run through the numbers. I think we do them for like 300 or 275, something like that. I think I charge more when I do the shell swaps, obviously, because I have to pay for the shells, and they're not that cheap. So I think they're around 300. Because when I buy the GameCubes, obviously they don't come with the Pico mod, so I have to mod them, and then I replace the shell, replace the jewel, and then have to buy cables for them. So nice. You'll start gaming. Let's go. Okay, stay looking out for those. Yeah, be on the lookout. Instagram is the best place. I always update on Instagram more than anywhere. I'm gonna try to fix my email list this upcoming year. I used to do emails whenever I'd get new stuff. I could send emails out, but I used Shopify, and for some reason Shopify messed all my emails up because too many people put in fake emails trying to use the chat. So like whenever I try to send out a mass email now, it kicks them back. It's annoying. So, okay, here goes one SP done. Let's get into this next one. Let retro games just get retroer. I love that. I love that outlook on life. Damn straight they do. This Game Boy looks like it's been shell swapped. Have you ever made a Game Boy Color play GBA games? No. If you want to look at something like that, you're going to want to look into my boy Hi SB. It's HAIHAISB. He does all that kind of stuff. I bought a GameCube for 15 bucks courtesy. Nice, dude. Yeah, I'm gonna start checking out some pawn shops, honestly. That's part of my like content I want to start making, is going game hunting again. I really love doing that, but I just have not had time. But that's on the list. My class was surprised when I showed up. When I showed how to remove the... Oh, nice. That's like, you showed him my video. That's what's up. Game Boy mods, nice, good one. My teacher told school she brought the will. My teacher told school she brought the will. Nice. Let's go hatless table. Always show your school my videos. Funky ass crunchy beat. Let's see. Super crunch. Ooh. Guys, consider becoming a channel member. It helps support the channel. And we do a giveaway of a custom console every single month. Last month, well, 2 months ago, guy got a GameCube. Last month, guy got a brand new Game Boy. It was Mudkip themed. Up on my site now if you want to take a look at it. And this month, I believe he's getting a, or I would guess, yeah, I guess it was this month. I don't even know. Technically still the month of December. He's getting a PS Vita. Very cool. For $5, can't freaking lose. All right. There's number 2. Speaker. Appreciate the sub. Got some good subs today. I'd like to see it. Name? Savro, let's go. Number 3. Flying through them. Got pretty lucky on this last batch of SPs. All of them seem to be winners so far, except for that one that I need to do something about the charging port, but we should be able to fix that. Did you ever figure out the bad batch of GBA screens? I'm so glad you asked. I haven't explained what happened to those screens because nobody has asked. And I didn't want to have to tell the story multiple times, so I've been waiting for somebody to come in and ask. Yeah, so it was super weird. Let me tell you what was going on. So, for those of you that weren't in that stream, what was basically happening... Let me decide how I want to start the story. If I have a Game Boy, do I have a Game Boy on my desk? I don't have a Game Boy on my desk. Okay, so the way that the Game Boy Advance screens, the IPS screens function, is that they have a brightness control, and the brightness control is soldered into the select via, the L via, and the R via, okay? And the vias are these little dots that you see. Ooh, I have my good lens on, so I should be able to focus. All these little dots are considered vias. People will call them vias, but the one that we're looking at is right here to the left of my finger. That one, those two on the left right there, there's the one on the bottom. That is the via for the L trigger. I'm loving using this lens because this lens really is able to focus. So this is very helpful for me. So what was happening is I was soldering it to those vias and it would not allow me to activate the brightness control for some reason. And I kept troubleshooting. We tried different screens, we tried a different Game Boy motherboard, we tried a different ribbon cable, nothing was working. And then this is just how it ends up happening. I just keep trying stuff until something works. But what I did was instead of soldering to the vias, I soldered the L and R to the actual trigger on the back, which is this point right here on the left, top left. And when I did that, it worked. It was perfectly fine. So I don't know what is up with those screens. You know, like I said, with these screens, they're always doing new iterations and they're changing something and they don't tell you because they look exactly the same. So anyways, that was the issue. I ended up just soldering from, instead of the vias, to the actual trigger on the back of the motherboard, and they work perfectly fine. I installed like 5 more of them, you know, that same day. Once we got off stream, I kept tinkering with it and I was like, oh, I figured it out, great. Like I took a break for like an hour and then I went back to it and it was like, oh, okay, we figured it out. So that was the issue. Thank you for asking. Thank you for remembering that. It was interesting. Captain Marvelous, what's going on? What's up, bro? I just bought me a Cobalt Blue SP. Very nice. Okay, 4 more right here. Oh, I grabbed the boof one. Well, it tricked me. The boofy. Look at that. That definitely ain't an SP. Okay, 3 more then. I had the same thing happen to me on a pink GBA. I had to solder the R button several times to get the menu to open. I was so scared it was busted. Yeah, so I'm glad it's not just me. Like I said, they probably just did a new mass batch of screens. They probably made 10,000 of them, and that was just an issue. So I feel for Retro Game Repair Shop and Handheld Legend that are now unknowingly selling those screens, and they're going to get a ton of emails of people complaining about them not working correctly. Thank you, Langbo. You have a great year, dude. This screen is so bunk. Alright, make sure it charges. Charging good. We got a winner. Asher says, my Advanced SP battery inflated. I took the battery to school to show it to my friend and they threw it over the fence. That's funny. Yeah, you definitely don't want to have if your battery starts to inflate, you should definitely dispose of it properly and get a new battery because it can start leaking. And if it leaks, it's going to damage your Game Boy, so you don't want to deal with that. Yeah, we never use the touchpads. I hate the touchpads, man, you know? I hate them. I hate them, man. Dude, well, I remember when the first IPS screens came out, like the original IPS screens for the Game Boy Color, because before they even made the IPS screens for the Game Boy Advance, it was literally just the Color. And you get IPS screens for the Color. And they didn't, I remember when they came out with the IPS, this is how old I am in the game. I'm like so, like, Game Boy modding unk, because I remember when they dropped the IPS screens, it was like a big deal for the Game Boy Advance. So before it was like just for the Game Boy Colors, so I was only doing Game Boy Color mods basically, and then we still did the AGS 101 screen, which is the screen from the SP, which I have one right here, which is the backlit screen for the SP. Those are the only screens we would do in the Game Boy Advance. So, but the touch screen, they did the touchpad for the original IPS screen for the Game Boy Color, and it was so horrible. It never worked. It never worked. I would struggle for like an hour trying to like figure out the placement so that it would actually activate. It was so miserable. They're a little bit better now, but I still much rather have like menu control, obviously, than touch. But I think they put the touch option in there for people that are afraid to solder, which I understand that. It makes sense. It opens the door for more people to have access to using it. All right. Let me read some of this chat. What do you do with Game Boys? Oh, buddy. I do it all. I do it all. Which screen is easier to mod, the GBC or the GBA SP? I would say the GBC, because you can get the laminated one. It literally just drops in. It's very simple. And, you know, having to deal with the hinges of the SP makes it a hurdle in its own. I mean, it's not a big deal for me because I've done thousands of them, but like the hinge is annoying to figure out when you are like first starting to mod Game Boy Advance SPs, because the hinges have to go in a certain way or it doesn't close right. It just feels weird. So I would definitely say that the Game Boy Color is the easiest Game Boy to mod out of all of them because of the drop-in IPS screens. Definitely. I used to solder the triggers, but I guess I have to go back. Yeah, that's how it was for me, is like, because I used to always install the, with the Game Boy Advances specifically, I would always install the accelerator mod, which was like the overclocking chip. So I would use the vias on the front of the motherboard to activate the overclocking chip, and then I would use the trigger points on the back to activate the brightness control. But I don't, you know, we aren't really able to do the accelerator mod anymore because they don't really play nicely with the new screens, which is funny that I bring that up because I had someone recently order a Game Boy Advance and he really wanted the accelerator mod, and I was like, look, it doesn't really work. Like, the screen wigs out, like it doesn't function. And he's like, oh, I don't care. I don't need to be able to see the screen like that good if it messes up. I'm like, okay, so we're gonna be doing that live on stream soon, because like I'd never do those on stream because, like I said, they don't work. But we'll be doing that soon for fun. That's gonna be a cool build. It's a new Gyarados Game Boy Advance. Maybe I should make a video of it. See, if I make a video of it, people are gonna be like, it doesn't even work. So, I don't know. This one doesn't want to work. Did I already open this one and it didn't work? I got a very old Game Boy from 1989 working fine. Very nice. I got one sitting right over here too. I'll show you guys something cool at the end of the stream. So this one doesn't want to work, huh? I taped the touch sensor away from everything. Yeah, you can just cut them off, actually. That's what I always do. I just cut the touch sensor off. Tizok, I'm sorry if I'm brutalizing your name. I'm just gonna call you Wave. T-Wave, thanks for all the videos. Finally got used GBAs to mod. Nice. Thank you for being a member. I really appreciate it. Dude, there is no way I just flicked this thing 50 times and it started working. Did you guys see that? Yo, I'm the dude. You got the touch, man. They don't call me J-Boy Mods for nothing, bro. It literally wasn't working at all, and I just flicked it a million times and now it works. That's hilarious. Would you ever IPS mod an OG fat GB? Not really. You know, I don't really have desire to mod the DMGs. I've literally only done maybe 2 of them my entire modding career lifespan because I just don't like care about them that much. I don't know, I'm just like not that into the old ones. I would do it, but I don't even know what mods there are. You know what I mean? This one won't charge either, huh? It just needs a good cleaning. Let me throw some alcohol into it and see if it helps. All right, let's alcohol it up. Nothing a good drink can't fix ya. Are the IPS screens on AliExpress any good? Yes. I order a lot of screens off of AliExpress. I hesitate because there's a couple different types on there. I would try to get the funny playing ones if you could. Those are the ones I try to use. I'm not sure why this thing doesn't want to charge. We have 2 that have not wanted to charge. This one doesn't want to charge at all. That's unfortunate because we did get it working, but now it doesn't want to. Yeah, a lot of times when the charger's gone, it's like, I could fix it, but do I really feel like fixing it? I don't know. We'll decide later. I'm just gonna move on. Crunchy beat. How did you start? Like, what advice you'd give someone interested in starting? Sorry, I have to like reread because I was not reading correctly. Okay, let me try again. How did you start? Like, what advice you'd give to someone interested to start do what you do as a hobby? Okay. A little bit of a tongue twister there. That's okay though. So the way I started basically was I just wanted to see. This was a long time ago, so there was no Game Boy modding was very like new. I think it had only been around for like a year, meaning like people had just started. There was this company out of Australia. I always forget the name, but it was so big at the time. It was like the company. Man, I forget what it was called, but because it doesn't exist anymore. But it was like they found a screen that was like a cell phone screen or something that would work and it would fit inside of the Game Boy. So they just basically had to engineer a ribbon cable that would communicate with the Game Boy, and they did it, and it was like a big deal. And they had that mod had only been maybe a year old, if even that, when I decided I wanted to try and do some mods in my Game Boy Advance that I had. So my advice, I'll skip that story because it's very long. But the advice I would give you is to just kind of figure out what you want to do. Like, what are you interested in? Are you interested in Game Boy Colors? Are you interested in Game Boy Advances? I would just look at that and I would watch some videos on how to mod whatever Game Boy you want to mod. There's so many videos out now. There were literally, this is how long I've been doing it. There were no videos when I started. There was nothing on the internet. It was pretty interesting. I mean, there was stuff on the internet, but there was no like YouTube videos. So I would try to watch some videos and figure out what you want to do and kind of go on Retro Game Repair Shop or Handheld Legend and pick out the stuff you want to do and just kind of do it, you know. You don't have to do a screen mod your first go. You can always just do a shell swap. So if you really want to get comfortable with like taking apart and putting together a Game Boy without really having a whole lot of risk involved, I would just do a shell swap. Because you can always, after you shell swap it, say, okay, I want to install like a screen, and then you can buy a different shell or whatever, do the screen mod. That would be my advice. Okay, thanks. Okay, thanks. I have one in my car. I'll keep rolling. What's going on more? Dude, literally love your content. Thank you so much. I love 8-bit style gaming. That's awesome. Love to hear it. Thank you for stopping in the stream. So this is like my test cartridge, courtesy of one of our members, Joshua. He made these for me. It's just a basic test cartridge. that lets me know if the buttons are working. Because the SP has actually like tactile type buttons, so if the buttons don't work, I have to replace them. So these ones all seem to be working correctly. It's charging correctly. You like the high-speeded O screens? You know, I have gripes with those screens. I personally, I'm glad you have had good experience with them. I've had horrible experiences with the high-speed O screens, so I cannot recommend them anymore. What's going on? Aiden. I got some high-speed O screens. I built some SPs because I was out of the funny playing screens and like they were lost in transit or something. I had ordered like 20 of them or something, and they were lost in transit. And whenever that happens, I say, okay, cool, I need to buy some screens from, you know, Handheld Legend or whatever. So I go to buy them and I get them in and I put them in the Game Boy. Everything looks good. And then I ship the Game Boy out, and a month later, the person says the Game Boy like basically doesn't hold a charge, it doesn't turn on. It's like, that's weird. So I figure it's the motherboard or something, so I get it back in, I switch the motherboard, it does the same thing. I switch the battery, it does the same thing. I'm always finding the least common denominator, so I'm like, okay, well, if it's not the motherboard, it's not the battery, it's gotta be the screen. I swap the screen out, and then I go back to the original motherboard and the original battery, and it was totally fine. So now I have gripes with those screens, because the last thing I want to do is be like repairing something, you know what I mean, that didn't need to be repaired if I would have just used a different part. That's my experience, and that's happened like with a couple of their screens. I thought it was a fluke the first time. I was like, okay, I got a bad screen, you know, it happens, whatever. And then it happened again, and I'm kind of like, okay, I'm not buying these anymore. I actually have 2 of them, but I'm just not going to use them because I'm like nervous they're not going to work. I modded a GBA SP as my first mod shell and screen. Nice. Is there a backlight screen for the Game Boy Pocket? Yes, there is. I believe Funny Playing still makes them. I hardly do any Pocket mods anymore because most people just don't want pockets. It's kind of the reason I don't do the old style Game Boys, the DMGs, because like people want to play Game Boy Color games at the bare minimum, and the DMG in the Pocket doesn't play Game Boy Color games. So a lot of people want to play Pokemon Crystal. You know, they'll buy a Pocket and then they won't realize like, oh, this doesn't play Pokemon Crystal, and then, you know, they get upset. Wait, what happened? I only built a couple and thankfully had good luck. Yeah, basically what was happening is like the Game Boy was good, it looks good, everything was fine, and then something would happen like a couple weeks later where this is what would happen. So say like I put an upgraded battery in a Game Boy Advance SP, so the Game Boy should last like 2 to 3, maybe 4 hours depending on the brightness level. But what was happening is like they would play it for 30 minutes and then the screen would just be black, but like you'd still hear audio. Like it would still be, the game would still be playing. The screen would just turn black. Basically when the battery would drop down to a certain voltage, you know, as the battery runs low, the voltage gets less. So yeah, it was really weird. I was like very confused what was going on. But then when I swapped the screen out, it was totally fine, so. All right, that's all the SPs. WR Gaming, the website is my name, which you can see, .com. So it's jboymods.com. What do you do with all the old screens and shells? Do you store them? You know, that's a good question. What I was doing in the past and what I've been doing for years is like I'll get a stack of shells, say like 150 shells. It'll be all different types of Game Boys, colors, advances, SPs. And I'll basically just put them in a listing on eBay for whoever wants to buy them to like use them in their projects because I don't really have anything to do with them. And I would basically like, you know, make a couple extra bucks on them. I'd basically be giving them away to somebody with shipping costs, but I didn't want to throw them away, obviously, like, so I would try to get rid of them to somebody who wanted them. But now I'm kind of just gonna start throwing them in a bin and saving them. Because I feel like I'll want to do something with them, maybe like artsy one day. I don't know, man. I kind of got like so many, and that's why I wasn't keeping them for the longest time, is because they just stack up, and like, but I have a storage unit now, so I'm gonna start throwing them in storage, I guess. until further notice. I can't throw them away though. I never throw them away. I'd give them away before I throw them away. But that's why I was just selling them on eBay, because I know that there's like places like, you know, like people have game stores like DK Oldies, not DK Oldies in specifically, but like stores like that do refurbishing but not modding. So all they do is like, oh, this one has a cracked shell, we need to make it OEM, but it needs a new back indigo shell. So they'll buy a lot of old shells and they'll just swap the back out, and they got an OEM Game Boy Advance again. All right, we got two colors here. They are in very rough shape. This was an indigo at one, or not an indigo, I'm sorry. This was an atomic purple at one time. I honestly don't know how they get this bad. I would assume it's sat in the back of someone's car. Very strange. I'm gonna take a quick drink break though. We're doing good today, guys. We've been up for an hour. It means this mix is definitely about to end. So we need to swap the mix. Let me go do that really quick. Yeah, definitely be on the lookout for those. I thought it was a fluke, but then I got two, and they were like months apart. So yeah, be careful with those high-speed O1s. I do have one more Game Boy Advance right here. Use it as a poster. Alright, this is a fun one. It's so weird because on YouTube over here on my other monitor, it says like two different viewer counts. I can't tell how many viewers there are, but thank you everybody that's checking out the stream right now. Whether it be this number or the other, I can't tell. But anyways, is a shell repair easy? A shell swap is rather easy, if that's what you mean. If you want to swap the shell over to a new one, yes, it is rather easy. But it does depend on the console. It does depend on the console. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get into this Game Boy Color here. I'm back. Okay, let me see. I'm kind of like behind. Let's see. Grumpy Alpaca says, "Is there a backlight screen for the Game Boy Pocket?" Okay, I read that one. Let me know if that's too loud, guys. It's kind of loud. All right, got this off. Let's see if it's working. All right. Flipping. Okay, this one works, just needs to be cleaned. If you hate yourself, anything 3DS related is torture when it comes to shell repair. Oh, yes, indeed. I have a whole long-form video of me swapping a shell, or maybe I was swapping the screen. It's the same repair either way. On a 3DS XL, and they're a nightmare. They're a nightmare to work on. Total nightmare. Well, that's good. That's good for you. You say you love working on 3DS. I probably would like it too if I did it enough, you know, because a challenge is good. It's good to have a challenge. It just is tough with the hinge and the feeding the cable in, and like all the different size screws that drive me insane. You know, that's good that you like to do it. You should move closer to me so that I can hire you to repair 3DSs. I love working on that ribbon cable you have to put through the hinge. Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. Do you use soap? Do your 3DSs? What does soak mean? I don't know. Probably not. Does that mean swap it over to English? If so, then yes. Have you ever listened to Insane in the Range jazz renditions of the Pokemon music? I haven't, but I'll check them out. I love the remix Pokemon music. Love that stuff. What is a good screen for the? What is a good IPS screen for the Game Boy Advance? I like the laminated funny playing ones. I did the same thing on my photo camera. Nice. Let's see if this one works. Yeah, I switched it over to English, if that's what you mean. Oh, the speaker's so done on this, but this one works. The speaker's like totally fried, though. All right. Took apart, you know, almost everything we needed. I kind of ran out of Game Boy colors, so that's kind of annoying, but that's okay, because we only have 4 Game Boy colors that we need to build. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I think I do swap it over. I just never heard that lingo, soap. But I do swap them over to, like, English, so that, you know, everything's English and everything. All right. So I want to show you guys this. This is pretty cool. Check this out. I'm going to make a short on this soon. This is going to be like the next short I made. This is something I just picked up. This is the solar-powered rechargeable battery pack for the original Game Boy. I've made videos with stuff that has been made by this company before. And it makes some really interesting stuff. It charges directly from sunlight. It uses built-in power panel, rechargeable over 500 times. It charges in about 8 hours. 8 hours in the sun. This is crazy. 6 hours of gameplay. I guess if you're driving in the car, it's kind of cool, but this is what it looks like. It is the solar charger. It's pretty sick. I think I have a DMG somewhere. Where is it? I don't know where I put the DMG. Oh, here it is. All right, this is how it pops in. It's definitely not charged because I have not messed with it at all, but it is interesting. So it plugs in like that. That's it, I guess. It's definitely not charged at all. But geez, what a freaking hunk of machinery this is. How about that? That's interesting, isn't it? I'll try to make a video on that. Is having them laminated just to get the glossy look for the screen? Having the screen laminated just basically means no dust will get like in between the screen and the glass. That's basically the reason. And it's really easy to install. And compared to the non-laminated, is a lot more work to install in most cases. And then you got to put the glass lens on top of it. It's not so bad, but that's how we used to do them. But the laminated is just better. Do you have any sort of tutorial for all the software you upload onto the modded 3DSs you provide? Not really. There's just so much software on there that I figured if people want to use something on there, they can just look it up and see what it is. Because it's like, there's just so much stuff on there. Like, you got Homebrew, there's all this stuff you can download from Homebrew. So really, if you buy a 3DS, all the games are on there if you want to play the games. But if you want to learn about the Homebrew, it's kind of like on you to kind of, because there's so much stuff online. You can, like, so many people already made the videos on like what each thing does, like FBI, CIA, all that kind of, or not the CIA, FBI, and all the different stuff on there with the CIAs. But you can always message me and ask a specific question you have, and I can direct you in the right, you know, place for learning about whatever app it is. Hope that helps. Yeah, you know, I've made videos for people in the past, but it's just easier if people ask me directly a question. I'm like, okay, let me help, and I'll find the information that they're trying to figure out, hopefully. There's a lot of stuff on those 3DSs that I've never even used. It's just like kind of like I kind of put as much of things that I can think of on there, or I have that put on there. Do you have any sort of, okay, I already had that. Cool, for thanks for the info, no problem. Oh, so we did it, guys. That's everything for today, guys. This, I don't think that it'll charge from my LED lights. It needs UV. I hope it even works. Who knows if it works? I don't know. I don't know. What's going on, Ranger? Appreciate you stopping in, bud. We just got done taking apart a bunch of Game Boys. My throat is already kind of shot. I've replaced the speaker on a GBA SP, but there's still no sound coming out. Do you have any tips on how to fix the issue? Well, outside of cleaning the volume wheel really good, or the volume slider, it might be this cap right here. Sometimes it's this cap. I would clean these contacts real good for where the speaker connects. Contacts right here. And if not, I would replace this cap right here. And if not that, it could be something else that I'm not even sure of. I don't get a lot of SPs where the sound doesn't work. So I usually go to do the defaults, you know, the volume slider, and then that cap right there. I believe it's that cap. I mean, there's no other cap, so that's got to be it. But yeah, that would be the one I say. Yeah, I thought it would be cool for a video. It's so chunky, though. It's so chunky. I'm just glad I had a DMG laying around to even try it out on. But very interesting piece of tech. I wonder when this even came out, because it's brand new. I bought it straight from the company Innovation on their eBay account, but it doesn't have a date on it. It's got a bunch of different languages on it. The branding is hilariously bootleg. Sorry, Innovation, it's just true. So that's that. Thank you for the sub. Long name. Happy New Year, WR Gaming. Appreciate y'all coming in and chilling with me today. Yeah, I try to find weird stuff whenever I can, man. To make videos on. So this is I'm gonna try to make this video this week. That's really a goal of mine. What systems do you play regularly? You know, this year there's not been a lot of game playing. It's just been really grinding and like making just stuff and building stuff. But I have everything, you know. I played a decent amount of Xbox. Not a decent amount, I shouldn't say. I played some Xbox this year. Some PS5. I bought a bunch of games I didn't play. I've been playing Switch a little bit here and there. I mean, I bought the new Zelda game, didn't even open it. I'd say if I had to, which system I play the most, it's probably Switch, because I was on that Tears of the Kingdom when it came out in May. Or was that last May? Last May, I mean. Jeez, it's already been a year and a half since that game came out. I was playing that quite a bit, but this year I did not play games hardly, guys. I really didn't. I really did not do much. Like, I barely even skated this year. Like, I barely got outside this year. It was kind of gnarly. Just really been trying to grind. Been grind mode. So. But if I was playing something, it would probably be if I had a, you know, if I could play something, it would be PS5 or probably the Switch. I do play Game Boy games though. I do play old stuff a lot. So I'm kind of all over the place. I can never commit. I'm always all over the place. What is my favorite GBA game or 3DS game? My favorite GBA game is probably Minish Cap. And then right now, I was playing a lot of 3DS this year too, actually. Right now, my favorite 3DS game is Awakening. I was playing that a lot on our road trip when we were driving cross country. I played a lot of Fire Emblem Awakening, so I need to get back on that, honestly. I want to beat that game. And then I just bought all the other 3DS Fire Emblem games, so I have all of them now. Awakening would probably be my favorite one right now. They really don't, Brett King. They really don't. And that's why I love that era so much, is really for the accessories. Just the stupidest stuff. It's amazing. It's amazing. Glarson says, would you want custom cases for Game Boys and custom cart designs? I make a lot of 3D printed designs, and one of them is an Earthbound SNES and a Mother 3-based GBA case design. Yeah, send me an email with some photos. I'll see if we are interested in any of that, if you're for real about selling some stuff. Michael says, I used some vape batteries to make my Game Boy Pocket rechargeable with the vape charging circuit and cut a hole for the Type-C port and soldered it straight to this spot terminally. That's cool, man. Send me some photos of that, because I literally had that idea to do. Like, I had the idea to take some vape batteries, because I saw this guy take vape batteries and he made a power bank, and I was like, dude, I should take vape batteries and make a modded Game Boy, because I could probably do it. It probably wouldn't even be that hard, but it'd be good for a video, and then people could say, like, that's gonna explode, this isn't safe. So I'd get all the good comments of hating on it. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate it. That's a really cool idea. If you got any photos of that, bud, send me an email. It's support@jboymods.com. I'd love to check it out. It sounds cool, because like I said, I had that idea as well. And it would be cool because, you know, I have friends that vape, and I could steal their vapes, and then it would get two birds stoned at once. I'd steal my friend's vape so he wouldn't be vaping, and then we would make something cool out of it. That would be pretty sick. Bravery Default on 3DS is good. I've heard it's good, honestly. Honestly, I think 3DS is one of my favorite consoles. They have so many good games on 3DS. So many. Thank you, Yoshida8. Happy holidays, J-Boy. Still adore the 3 customs I got for you. Awesome to hear. I'm glad they're still kicking. It's amazing. Anxiety Ranger, just make a GB that vapes. Dude, that's next level, bro. This guy's meta. See, this guy gets it, man. This guy gets it. Make a Game Boy vape. Sick. See, that's what we could do. Is we could take the vape batteries and make a rechargeable Game Boy, and then in the next video we could take that Game Boy and turn it into a vape. Dude, you got content on your mind, man. That's what you need. It's like the storyline. It's like the step by step. Bro making a vape boy. Suck it through the audio, dude. He gets it, man. Or if it's like it's like the flavor packs. It's like Jewel Pods, but it's like every different one goes in the cartridge. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, I want to taste blueberry peanut butter dog shit. It's like goes straight in. Oh, you know what I'm saying? That'll be perfect. Vape Boy Advance, dude. You guys are on something, bro. The Vape Boy 3DS XL. That's how we get the kids on my channel. That's how we get the 14-year-olds involved. Yeah, you're right. This is gonna crack the TikTok algorithm. You're right. You guys got it figured out. I should close my door. I must have been being annoying. All right, guys. Thank you guys for all the subs today. Appreciate it. Thank you guys for all coming through chill on my last stream of the year. Yeah, dude, let's make like little Game Boy color shaped Zins. They'd be like little Zins, but they're like Game Boy cards. Dude, I think we got this all figured out, man. We need to bust into the nicotine industry, man. That's where the money is. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you guys for all the members. Shout out to everybody this year. This year's been huge. Even though I stopped really consistently posting content in like April, the channel's still been growing, which is great because I get really stressed about falling out of the alg. We definitely fell out of the alg a little bit, but that's okay. I try not to be too stressed about it. I'm gonna grind through some stuff today. We got through some of the boring stuff, so thank you for making this less boring for me, taking the Game Boys apart. I need to hire like maybe I should hire like someone that I can pay barely anything. Yeah, thank you, Josh. Appreciate that. You're real. Spiff. Bro, Spiff consistently comes into the stream. Maybe you've been chilling. You've probably been chilling. I swear you come to the stream like consistently when I'm about to log off. But that's so funny. What is the solar charger, bro? I don't even know. I'm always looking for really stupid accessories. Like, it's one of my hobbies. I don't really collect stuff, but like when it comes to stupid stuff like this, I'm all over it. I'm always looking for stupid accessories to make videos on. And I saw this on eBay and I was like, this will be funny. I just got to write some sort of script where it all like is actually funny and, you know, cohesive. But I gotta first see if it even works. I'm about to go, well, the sun's kind of going down. I probably should wait until tomorrow. Well, I don't know when the sun's gonna be out. Hopefully it's out tomorrow. I'll try to charge it up. Game Boy Color radio, is that a thing? Oh, I think I might have one of those. Favorite Game Boy game, Minish Cap. You know, it's so annoying. I gotta show you guys something on Facebook. This guy was just selling, and I want it so bad, but he wants so much money for it. He's selling a kiosk, a Game Boy. Let me pull it up, dude. I can't talk and think. Give me a second. Where are you? I better have saved it. Oh my gosh, did I not save it? Am I an idiot? Total idiot, bro. Let me type in Minish. She's selling a Minish Cap Game Boy Advance kiosk. It's right here. Boom. Check this out, guys. I want this so bad, but the dude wants... I've never even seen one. So I've seen the Metroid Zero Mission one. Well, that one's like $4 grand on eBay. And I've seen the Mystery Dungeon one. I've never seen a Minish Cap one. This guy wants $2,700 bucks, which I think is... It's fair, but geez Louise, it's insane. But like when I looked this up on console, like Conservationist, the website, they only made like 500 to 1,000 of them. But the guy wants $2,700 bucks, and he has the Zero Mission one with the box. The Zero Mission one's even sicker, well, in its own right. I mean, I think this one's sicker because I like this game better. But when I click on this guy, I won't show his name. Let me just find his stuff. Let me show you the other one. Where are you? He also has this. The GameCube, like, I don't know, where do people find this stuff, man? He's a younger dude, too. He's probably younger than me. He has the Zero Mission one. Try to find it. Type in Zero. Boom. Oh, I think he might have sold it yesterday. No way. Oh, no way. Oh, dude. I can't find it. He has the Zero Mission one, and it's cooler because, like, the side of it says Game Boy Advance and everything. I know, it's so cool, man. I really shouldn't. I really shouldn't spend money on that, but it's like... It looks so sick on display in my room. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I might watch it for a while and see if he, like, gets desperate. Maybe I would spend $2,000 maybe on it, because I know I would be able to make that back, even in 5 years. But, oh, what is this? This is the solar charger. Let me zoom out so we can show off the whole thing. So people that come in the chat aren't confused. This is a solar battery pack for the Game Boy DMG. I sent you a couple pics on Insta of the Cape batteries in the GBP. Oh, the vape battery's nice. What is your name on Instagram? Is it just your name? Just so I know that I'm opening. I don't really check DMs. So I'll check a DM if I know it's coming specifically from a person. But yeah, I'll check it out, dude. Thank you for sending that to me. I might share it on my story. Very sick. Yeah, it's like a solar charger for a Game Boy DMG. I doubt it works, but I bought it. It was like $30. I'm gonna charge it up and try to make a video out of it. Does this have plastic on it? I think it's brand new. Okay, it doesn't feel like it has any plastic on it. It's all glued together. Yeah, it's very shiny, very good looking. Very cool. This is probably from like 1990, which is crazy how old it is. It's brand new though. Appreciate the sub. Yeah, dude. Future is here, boys, from 1990. All right, guys. I appreciate y'all stopping in. I'll be live in the next day or two, maybe even tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see how much stuff I can get done today, and if I can swing another stream tomorrow, I'm gonna see. We'll see what we're up to. I'm not really 100% sure, but if I don't see you, I love y'all. It starts with, oh, all right, thank you. I appreciate you letting me know. I'll go look at it right when I get off the stream. I appreciate y'all. I'll see you next year. See you next year. I don't really know what else to say, but shout out to everybody that keeps watching all the old content that I have and just keeps this channel moving forward, because it's a big deal to me and I really do appreciate it, you guys. It's awesome to see everybody in here. I mean, we had like a couple hundred people in here today, which is amazing. I would have never thought at the beginning of the year we'd have like live stream numbers like that. Like, that's so sick. So thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys in the next couple days. We're gonna build more Game Boys, back to the old grind, get all these done. A lot of content coming this year once we get into that new shed. All right, guys. Y'all have a good rest of the day. Peace out. Bye.